Ladies, are you also fed up with only seeing castles named after men who clearly have something to compensate for? Well, we have got something for you.
We are the Hitchhikers, and this castle is called Frauenburg.
In the heart of Germany's Hunsrück region, nestled high above the Rhone Valley, lie the ruins of Frauenburg Castle and once the home of Countess Loretta. As we wind our way up the hillside, we encounter a first ruin. This is not the actual castle, however, rather it's what remains of an old burghaus, something akin to a manor house.
This hilltop fortress was built in the 14th century and featured 5 strong round towers, of which the 2 tallest still stand today at nearly their original height. Between them is the enormous shield wall and in front a wide moat. Together they protected the weakest side of the castle. We would like to thank our YouTube friend Orca FPV for the drone shots in this one. Be sure to have a look on his channel as well, a link is in the description.
The Frauenburg, or Ladies' Castle, was named after Loretta von Sponheim. She wasn't just some noblewoman. She was a ruler, a strategist, and a defiant voice in a world governed by men. Here is a tale of one of the most daring figures of the 14th century.
In 1323, her husband, Count Heinrich II of Sponheim-Starkenburg, died unexpectedly. Her father-in-law died a year later. It was then that Loretta stepped in to rule the county as guardian and regent for her still underage son Johann. She had the daunting task to steer the county through an economically and politically difficult time which was characterized by territorial conflicts, rural exodus, crop failures and poverty.
The neighboring rulers thought that their time had come to nibble away at the county of Sponheim. Loretta was decisive in her reaction, however. When the Wildgraaf Friedrich von Kehrburg contested Sponheim's rights in 1326, she straight up imprisoned him and his son until they pledged allegiance.
Her defining moment came a few years later in the power struggle with Baldwin, Archbishop of Trier. He was one of the most powerful men in Europe at the time. We discussed him briefly in earlier videos as well. In 1328, Loretta's entourage surprised and captured the Archbishop as he was traveling down the Moselle River. Allegedly, the boat was suddenly stopped by a chain stretched across the river, which is when Loretta's troops surrounded and captured him. Despite threats of excommunication and political sanctions, she had him imprisoned in Starkenburg Castle, which was considered to be impregnable.
A woman had just captured one of the most powerful men in the Holy Roman Empire, and she didn't stop there. Loretta refused to release him until he met her demands: a hefty ransom of 30,000 silver coins, settlement of her debts, recognition of her rule, and the renunciation of the Archbishop's claim on Sponheim lands.
Humiliated, Baldwin eventually agreed and was promptly released. From this moment of triumph, legend says that Frauenburg Castle was born, supposedly financed by the ransom money. It was meant to guard her power and protect her son's inheritance.
Loretta ruled until her son came of age, but even then she remained a respected and fearless figure in the region. She eventually would retire to Frauenburg Castle, where she managed her personal property until the end of her life. Loretta von Sponheim would go into history as the Countess who captured the Prince of the Church and got away with it, a woman whose courage still echoes through the ruins of Castle Frauenburg.
Time for the arbitrary subjective castle score. I'm gonna go for an 8. Yeah, these two huge towers are kind of cool. Sadly, we can't enter them. What do you think?
Well, because we can't enter them, I'm still going to say a 7.
Still a 7, even though it's built by a woman?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Alright, doesn't matter, but does it matter to you? Please let us know, leave it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We were the History Hikers.
And like, comment, subscribe and all that good YouTube stuff if you want to see more of these kind of castles.
And we'll see you next time. Bye bye!